Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where it's been a long time since I've done a Monday paint. Actually, no. Wait, did I do it last week? Is this 2 weeks in a row? What is wrong with the world? It was no, this is the second one in a row. Well, anyways, welcome back, everybody. Oh, one day I'll figure this whole YouTube thing out. So, anyways, no, it's been good. Got some sleep. Had a good weekend. Yeah, there we are. So, let's put a little more light on me. Got it. All right. Well, oh my gosh, we have a Seraphis in chat. Good morning, sir. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is. So I am just honestly itching to get this combat patrol stuff done. We'll answer questions. We'll hang out. I've been putting out like some regular videos. Well, maybe not regular, but videos nonetheless. Anyways, yeah, I've got. Let's just get into it. So, all right. Switch our camera over. All right. So I'm still working on these Terminators. The worst part is I got a new shipment of combat patrol. So I'd gotten down to like 8 pages or something, and they added like 10 more. So I'm still behind, but what are we gonna do? It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So, let's see. All right. So we've done all of the lead belcher. Really need to go through. Actually, I think I'm going to do that off camera, but I need to go through and just do cleanup on everything. I think doing that off camera will be a little bit better as far as, you know, maintaining interest level. So, whoa, that's always fun. When you open your paint and it immediately just starts oozing out. Anyhow. All right. So what should we talk about? Somebody ask a question. Since there's a couple of you here. All right. Oh. Sorry, messing with my cameras. Or not cameras, but screens to make sure everything's in the right spot. Yeah, it's been I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. With all the overtime that I've been working, and the the notification that it's going to be going away. I'm in a very weird spot. To put it simply. Because, like, I've been straight up. I think the only real way to describe it is I've been straight up addicted to all the overtime that I've been able to get. I haven't been as good at, putting money into savings and, paying off things like I want. Not horrible, but like, when your retirement match is taken out as a, percentage of your your pay, I've been able to pad it at least a little bit with that. That is exactly why I have the pretty Princess Seraphis. I mean, that's not why I have her, but that's definitely the role that she has evolved into over the years. Anyways, but it's weird, just like with how much I've been doing the overtime and just realizing that it's going away. Like, I haven't fully come to terms with it. To put it simply. And like, I think my boss is concerned, probably like for my health. I actually do like my boss. So when I say he is concerned about my health, I actually think that. But yeah, it's got me thinking a lot more about, how do I proceed? I mean, it is a not insignificant amount of income, to put it simply. And we haven't built our budget on it. But we've perhaps been a little less diligent in other matters. Anyways, I'm probably oversharing. It's what I do. Kind of my thing. Anyways, but it does kind of impact the channel. Like, I want to get back to doing more regular content. Like, I haven't done a Flashback Friday in months. And I have literal stacks of stuff to look at. Hey, Grim. Now tell us your bank details. Well, I mean, let's be honest, Seraphis. Any sufficiently cup-shaped device can be a, can be a paint cup, paint well, whatever you want to call it. I never call it a paint well. And I actually really do like the paint pots that Games Workshop sells. I mean, yes, it's a little bit of a money grab, but it's designed well. But yeah, the mug is just the mug is just an absolute throwback. And I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Seraphis. I don't think like these paints do not suck. They really don't. Would I say they're the best paints? No. Like like the one thing you can say about Games Workshop paints, they are not hard to come by. You know, find your Warhammer store, find your friendly local game store, you can get some Warhammer paints very easily. I absolutely despise the paint pots. Those are trash. But because I'm painting these raw, I still love that. Oh, I absolutely love that. Thank you, Malachi, wherever you are. But yeah, because I'm painting it raw, I mean, I'm using their paint. Of course, doing this, I literally did just think of something I might do a little bit different. But I haven't seen those instructions yet, so I'm not entirely sure what their quote-unquote instructions will be, but the eyes. Oh, so I should put this over here. The eyes for these guys are definitely I'm gonna do the silver and speed paint that I normally do. Because I like it. I think it's a good effect. But yeah, so so far I have had 0 issues using these paints. In general, it's got good coverage. Once I have them in the dropper bottles, they're easy enough to work with and not get too much paint. able to roughly measure it out. So yeah, short answer, the paint doesn't suck. Still not going to be my regular, but it doesn't suck. Oh, and by the way, hi Grim. Good to see you. Sorry for not acknowledging you independently. Anyhow. But let's see. For those of you who might have seen, yesterday we did Talkin' Drek over on Seraphis' channel. By the way, go subscribe. I mean, right now we're just trying to get him to 100, but we'd like to get him up to 1,000 eventually. As much as he's going to whine and complain about it. Seraphis, shut up. Let your friends support you. Jeez. It was kind of, we did have a bit of an interesting discussion about Gen Con and how little, like, we had to go digging to find news out of Gen Con. And like, my only real contribution was Catalyst sold out of a lot of stuff, which was very disappointing. I didn't get my hookup this year. That's okay. I have not done as much Catalyst stuff this year as I should to have, we'll say, earned that. My words, not theirs. Hey, nerds! I was a little sad because I really wanted to get a copy of Battletech Gothic, which that means that has sold out. At least the Gen Con run sold out. And there was much wailing and gnashing of teeth when that thing got announced. And don't get me wrong, I am not an absolute fanboy for Catalyst, just like I'm not an absolute fanboy for Games Workshop. I play with, I paint, I talk about stuff on the channel that interests me because it interests me. And it's not like I can't change the game companies. There are going to be things that I do not align with them, well, for lack of a better way to put it, politically. You know. So I'm going to buy the things that I like. I'm going to support or not support in the way that I want. Like, I'm not happy with how Catalyst treated Blaine Pardoe. And that's even with having more information than a lot of these other yahoos online have. And so I don't buy new fiction. There are some authors that, even if I wanted to buy new fiction, I'm not going to buy the stuff from them. But you know what? Miniatures, rulebooks, I'll still get those. Anyways, sorry, didn't mean to go all partisan on everybody. You know, game-wise, that's the funny thing. I'm getting Warhammer stuff right now because right now it's where my brain wants to be. Like, I haven't honestly painted a Warhammer army for years. And they make really good models. So I just have an itch to paint. Yeah. Nerds, you're not wrong. Like, it's good. I enjoyed much of it. But it's quote unquote beer and pretzels literature. You know. Like, I mean, let's be honest. The like Stackpole is not the best author. You know, I think he got a little high on his own supply, kind of a thing. I do think Blaine has gotten a lot better than his BattleTech days. Like, there's no BattleTech novels from him that stand out to me. The last one I read was Hour of the Wolf, which was fine, but it was also it was Risk, the novel. Like, it was literally, in my opinion, it's like, okay, you've got to do, like, this is everything you have to do, and you get one book to do it in. Like Hour of the Wolf should have been like a trilogy. And yes, I know there were like stories leading up to it. But like, okay, let's put it in a Warhammer perspective. So about 20 years ago, they started the Horus Heresy series. Decent books, many of them. I have not read them all. I read the first audiobook, but like the first 5 or 6 books like 6 times, mostly because like I've gotten behind, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start the Horus Heresy again, and so then I listened to the first 4 novels, and then I stopped listening. Anyways, but it's like 50 novels at this point. And then when they get to the Siege of Terra, like they didn't just like, oh hey, we're gonna do 1 book for the final battle between, you know, Horus and the Emperor. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna do another like 8 novel mini series. Mini series at 8 novels or whatever. We're gonna do an 8 novel series of just the final battle on Earth. Okay, great. That's what they should have done with Ilclan. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be 8 novels, but like even go back to classic BattleTech fiction, Twilight of the Clans. Okay, so they did Clan Invasion, or they did The Blood of Kerensky, 3 novels. They did the Jade Phoenix trilogy, and then they did like 30 or 40 novels over multiple years. And they said, hey, okay, we're gonna end the whole quote unquote Clan Invasion storyline. And so they did an 8-book send-off. You know, and even then it was like, okay, we're just gonna end this quote unquote chapter before starting the FedCom Civil War. But again, they give it 8 novels and actually like gave a storyline. Hour of the Wolf, it was like, here, a book. It's like, okay, so a clan finally conquers Earth and becomes the Ilclan, but we're just gonna knock it out in a novel. Like, no. Your final battle for the conquering of Terra is a trilogy. Like, minimum. Because, like, there's so many segments in that book where it's just like, and yeah, hey, here here's a chapter and we just took Australia. Here's a chapter and we just took India. Here's a chapter and we just moved into Northern Europe. Whatever. But it's like, I don't know. It just seemed rushed and forced, and anyways. So yes, there. Even though I like Blaine, I've had him on the channel, and I need to have him back, especially because Land and Sea, they're working on the game for it. You know. I can criticize even people that I like. Anyways, that's what that was all about. Now that nobody cares. Anyhow. So yeah. It's game fiction isn't the greatest, but I have always liked it just for the fact that it's like, especially when it's tied to like role-playing games and whatnot, it helps build out that world. You know, for someone like me who has not had a lot of playtime in role-playing games. You know, I haven't had the, well, for the most part, even a 1-year campaign to build out a world and see how it evolves, see how my actions change it. Being able to still kind of get that effect. I like that. So, anyways, that actually was one of my videos that I did this weekend. I've decided, now who knows, I could probably get in trouble for this, but whatever. If they yell at me, then I'll take the video down. It's like, not like I'm getting millions of views off of this, but I'm gonna just start taking some short fiction that was probably written as filler and is probably just forgotten over the years, and just do some little audio recordings of it. Like I did my short story a couple of months ago, I think. Actually, I think it was longer than that. I want to say it was like in January. But I mean, just like a little 5-10 minute audio segment that, I mean, honestly, will probably never be made into an audio segment. Anyways, so if you are interested in that, come back on Sundays. I'm gonna mix it up. It'll, like this week, it was one of the Warhammer short stories out of the Combat Patrol magazine. Which I'm going to guess is probably recycled from somewhere. Theory. I don't know. And anyways, but I know there's some short fiction in Palladium, Shadowrun, there's actually, that's the weird thing, there's surprisingly less than you would think. Like I see it most in BattleTech and Shadowrun. I think probably because that's what I have most of. But like, I remember one time I was kind of looking, because I've been percolating on this idea for a while, and like I looked through like the Robotech role-playing game, and they barely even give any like Robotech background. I realized that like they assumed you had watched the show. Because it was almost just like, here are stats, go. Now maybe it's because it was the 80s and 90s. Maybe it's because something to do with the license. I don't know, but I was just kind of shocked at how little, like, even just background information they had. Anyways, so a lot of games actually just like little short fiction pieces just don't exist. Anyways, so as I find them, if I think they're interesting, I'm going to do that. I mean, technically it helps promote their books anyways, so maybe I am just getting too big for my britches. I don't know. But it's something. I will admit, it is also something like I've kind of thought about. Like I am paranoid about losing my job. Even though I think things are kind of secure. I'm just nervous about it. And so I'd like to have some stuff in place that would make that easier. So one thing is the YouTube channel. Another is that I've been told for years that I actually have a voice that would do okay for radio, quote unquote, voiceover kind of stuff. So I figured, you know what? This could be a way to practice it. What is wrong with me? So there are definitely some ulterior motives. Or as Grimm says, if all else fails, I still have 2 kidneys. And supposedly, I can go without one. Unless I've murdered it with all of the caffeine that I drink. Actually, not that much. I try to limit it to like 1 Monster and maybe a can of or 2 of Mountain Dew Zero. So maybe I can, maybe I can't. Aw, I'm sorry, Grimm. That's the thing. I don't need the caffeine. Like, it doesn't wake me up. Like, it's literally just, I like the beverages that it's contained in. Well, let me rephrase that. The beverages that I like have it in it. Like Monster Ultra Zero in the white can. That's the best. The other zeros are good, but they're also like drinking sugar. I mean, you're not drinking sugar because they're still zeros, but like trying to think of a candy that it would apply to, but my brain is just not. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, so if there's like, I guess I should put it out to chat. If there are any settings you would like me to focus on for some of those short fiction reads, let me know. I am open to. I'm willing to consider requests. They are not a guarantee. Somebody yells at me, I will probably have to stop, but you know, again, I am willing to entertain requests. Like, I get why they did this. Like, you know, it's a single piece. But something in my head says that this teleport Homer would not be standing up with just these two chains on the side of it. All right. And now we get to do Corax White. Which is kind of an off gray. Oh, I literally just thought of something. I wonder if the paint is oozing out because it's warm in here and just opening it up, you know, just kind of pressurizes out. I don't know. I'm going to use a different brush. Okay, I need some assist. Yes, I realize you can't see me in camera now. So no questions. Nobody. No exciting news. We had the grandbaby over today, which it's funny. I talk about how we're helping, but for the most part, it's Peanut Gallery. And she has to do it while she's working. She is absolutely a trooper in that regard. And I say that because I end up going to bed. So, but he's fun. He's moving along. He can mostly sit up. He still falls over from every now and again and can't get back up on his own. But we like him. We spoil him. Let's see. Alright, so the two cruxes and the head. But yeah, usually when the grandson comes over, if grandpa's in charge of taking care of him, we watch G.I. Joe. I don't know if he necessarily likes it. You know, it's more just background noise. I try to play with him and talk to him. But it's fun to say that I'm watching G.I. Joe with him. And yes, MC. Classic 80s G.I. Joe. Which, okay. It is not the best. I'm going to just go out and say it. It is absolutely nostalgia bait for me. But it is way better than it gets credit for. That and He-Man. He-Man is surprisingly solid. Although apparently Filmation was told that he could never, actually hit anything alive with his sword. Kind of defeats the the whole point of a barbarian warrior with the sword of power. Anyways, yeah, the Deke stuff was not as good as was not as good as the Sunbow animation. But I mean, mostly like the storylines. Like, there's some like cheesy, just like super fantastical elements to some of the episodes. Like the Pyramid of Darkness has like these monster alien things, and it's like, but why? It's like, they're not real. And yes, I realized that there was a lot of stuff in G.I. Joe that wasn't real. But this is like this was the third miniseries. So they hadn't even gotten into the regular show yet. And they were doing this. They did a whole alternate universe 2-part. Man, I have to go back and do some. I make a slop, and then I just kind of stop caring. It's like, well, I'm gonna have to clean it up anyways. Like I said, I'm doing that off camera. And I never watched G.I. Joe Extreme Seraph. I knew of it. Just, it was after my time. I like this. I'm going to get to put 2 pages back in the folder once I'm done today. How long have I been? Oh, about an hour. All right. Good afternoon, Flan Man. Hey, guess what? I'm not ready to turn off the stream yet. Southern Army of Heavy Gears. Interesting. I never played Heavy Gear. I like the look of it. I just never played the game. And I never played the video games either. Wait, why did I take that guy off? So, I don't have any issues with, like, streamlined rules. But sometimes they seem to take the essence of the game away. Yeah. We need to make it easier and better for more accessible for people to get into, but it's like, but then you took a lot of the stuff that made it unique away. Like Alpha Strike for BattleTech. I know people like it. They really like how it plays fast. It plays more like a game of Warhammer. But I have Warhammer or Dead Zone or Halo or any number of things. I don't have a wife. So yeah, I know it's an easier sell to people, and I mean that's literally what they're designed to do. Yeah, because obviously there's something about the original game that isn't attracting enough audience. My main issue is just that, is it going to keep the original audience, or is it going to sacrifice the original audience for the supposed new audience? That's where it becomes a problem. I don't know. I'm not trying to bust on Heavy Gear Blitz. It's probably just fine. I have never played it. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't. Hold on a second, folks. Peanut Gallery is hot and does not want to cook. So now we have to come up with something else. That's fair. Grim says hi. I did not read as much of. I had some of the Heavy Gear books. I didn't read as much of the background. But it did seem relatively well developed. Oh, that is one thing that I will complain vehemently about. Dream Pod 9 many years ago did a bundle of holding for Jovian Chronicles, which I kind of like the more spacey aspect of that game over Heavy Gear, even though, again, never played it. But the PDFs that they have made available are gross. Like, they are such poor quality. Like I don't even try to read them. They are that bad. And I guess they're, at least a couple of years ago, maybe, they were trying to do some project to, like, update the Heavy Gear PDFs. But for some reason, I highly doubt they're going to do the same with Jovian Chronicles. But man, is it bad. Like, the fact that they deign to sell that to people is just, oh, it's offensive. Yeah, give me a minute. Let me get the white done on this last Terminator, and I'll pull that sucker up. I have no qualms shaming them. I do agree with you, Flyman, about the art from Dream Pod 9 from that era. Really, really good. It was a nice non-Japanese anime style to it. But yeah, it was. Like I've had people complain about like Catalyst and their PDFs, and you know, people not liking those, or the fact that Catalyst hasn't released certain stuff in PDF, like Like there's a dragon book that you can't find on PDF. Shadowrun second edition. You can't officially find on PDF. And I've talked to my contacts over there, and they're literally just like, it's the quality of the scan. Because the problem is you have to destroy the book. And so the problem is getting a good enough copy of the book and then being willing to literally destroy it, because again, these aren't being reprinted. The digital files don't exist anymore. If digital files ever existed, some of those 90s books, Max Liao or Kevin Simbita can talk to you about how those books were put together, because it was not on computer. Like they might have typed the text on a computer, but then they printed those suckers out and literally cut and paste the pages together to make page layouts. I've got to go clean up these messy paint jobs. Anyways, there we go. Look at that. I painted for over an hour today. Actually, I have been doing lots of little bits over time. I think I need to do some on this, but I'm not sure what. I need to find the page and look at pictures of it. Anyways, all right. To finish this off, I'm going to put DreamPod 9 on blast. This is gross. Let's see here. Sorry, folks. Bear with me while I look for this. All right. Well, all right. Here, I will switch over to this. Whoa, not that one. Or look at all of these things that you all get to learn how the sausage is made. Okay. All right, Jovian Chronicles. Here, I'll even take the image down because it's something else. Yes, this is just like, this is just like, you know, kind of had to be here to see this. All right, so first off, all right, so this is about 200% zoom, so not huge, but if you can't tell, this is like super out of focus. It is not a high resolution scan. Lots of artifacting on the art. Don't get me wrong, love the art. I absolutely love the art. But then, all right, so we've got our first bit of text, lots of pixelation. Yes, I realize I'm at 400%, but I don't care. It's this bad. They didn't run any kind of OCR or anything on this. Where's... Oh, there we go. All right, we've got the interior... All right. A lot of the text is just faded. Again, like this section, it really blends in to the back. It's just okay. I might be a little too mean but I think this is one of the better ones. But again, just the scan is just so bad. Oh, I'm so annoyed with this. Anyways, it was not worth it, and I was very annoyed. So, all right. But yeah, it's frustrating. All right, maybe should I keep painting? Do you guys are you guys interested in me still painting? Right, and that's one of the problems, Flan Man, is just the fact that they charge you for that, and it's just such a bad scan. Like, I get it. Like, my contact at Catalyst, he's like, we just can't get a good scan of it, and so we're not going to put it out there, and we're not going to charge money for it. Like, there was a bundle of holding for some old Shadowrun stuff, and you could get the second edition rulebook that way, but they still didn't put it on DriveThruRPG. And basically, it was a, look, we know this is a bad scan, so we're not gonna show it off. Actually, I wonder if I mean, I have it. The question is, where do I have it? Do not have it downloaded already. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Because actually, that one I don't think... I remember downloading it. I don't think it's that bad of a scan. Shadowrun 4E, Palladium Fantasy 2E, Shadowrun 3E, Shadowrun 1E, and 2E. There we go. Shadowrun 2nd edition core book. Oh, this is kind of funny. Okay. Let's switch back to that. Oh, actually, I can do this and then this. And present, share screen, share screen, share screen. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, there we go. What's up, Hungar? How are you, sir? And yes, I am a giant nerd. All right, so not a bad scan of the cover. You can see a little bit of artifacting over here on the edge. But right here, Brian Neistel was the second edition. He was one of the line developers for Shadowrun back in the day. When exactly, I don't know. But yeah, so then you've got some artifacting here. Like you can see that this came in darker than this for some reason. For that's the interesting thing for the I think it's the 30th anniversary. No, 35th anniversary version of the Shadowrun first edition book that you can get. I talked to the RPG developer and they literally went through and rebuilt it because like where is it? There's some stuff where like some of these lines really aren't straight, but they went through and like literally rebuilt it so it looks right. Like this I think is a fine PDF. It doesn't look bad. Definitely looks better than the Jovian Chronicles book. But yeah, some of this scan doesn't come through as dark as it should. Maybe it just needs some color correcting. I don't know. But again, how much work do you want to do on it? So yeah, like I know it's not showing up on the screen very well. But yeah, this is fine. I don't know. I mean, not the best, but you know, for like they'd probably put it up for what, like $10 or something. You know, I don't see any reason why they don't have that online. Actually, now that I think about it, DriveThruRPG, Catalyst, second edition. No, they do not have the core rulebook added. I am kind of nitpicking, but Grim, also, you have to realize Catalyst has this PDF. Okay, when I literally just downloaded this from Bundle of Holding, because I purchased it through Bundle of Holding, and for the bundle, they included the second edition core rulebook. They don't have the second edition core rulebook up on DriveThruRPG. So I am nitpicking, but I'm trying to find the things that they're probably looking at as far as why they wouldn't put this up on DriveThru. Otherwise, but I mean, these colors look fine. You know, the text is very readable. They've gone through and they've done OCR. I mean, if they didn't, I wouldn't be able to copy or highlight and copy the individual text. So I don't. Oh my gosh, this old 90s art. I love this stuff. I am a giant nerd, Peanut Gallery. You're welcome. Anyways, so yeah, this is just classic Shadowrun. So yeah, anyways, I don't know why this one didn't get put on DriveThru. It's not a perfect scan, but it's pretty close. Some stuff is out of focus or a little, you know, a little off, but nah, this is fine. All right, well, there's that. All right, we've got a little bit over an hour. I need to go get some stuff done before I go to work tonight. Yes, I know this was a later paint stream, but I like that I'm getting back into the routine. So we're gonna keep doing these. Just be aware they may be earlier in the day or later in the day, depending on where you are in the world, or a little bit earlier in the afternoon. Just kind of depends, obviously, on how my schedule ends up shaking out. But regardless, it's fun. I appreciate you guys being here, keeping me company while I get some work done. And so should be back on Friday for more painting, Wednesday for continuing on the My Little Pony deep dive, which Kim is very excited for, apparently. Anyways, we've been having a lot of fun with that, so I'm very grateful for it. But so we'll do that. I might have something Thursday. Don't count on, or I don't know. I'll announce it if I do it. But then I'll try and get some more videos up during the week. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Otherwise, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next time. Oh, go check out yesterday's Sunday Story Time. More to come. Bye, everybody.